Hello everyone and welcome to another live stream here on the twitch.tv/thexisuma. This is where I logged out, this is what I was holding. Saplings in the offhand, stuff in there. I was farming apples. Oh yes I was. And I hit go live the second I could. Just put out the notifications, so currently talking to myself, there's no one in my chat. Hashtag lonely. Oh. Hashtag lonely. Carl the Pirate says, hi everybody, Hero Blender with the bananas, Flowerlog, GM, good morning, possibly. Gold Raven says hello. Howdy. Big Fat Shrimp says, hi Zoomy. I, this weekend, was at the beach, and I had not considered that trying the seafood there would be a great idea, because it would be fresh. I didn't realise that until I was having my last meal there, and then I was like, oh dang it, I feel like I missed an opportunity there, like to have some fresh by the seaside seafood. There was like a little stall at one point selling like crab sticks and like small little bite-sized snacks of seafood. I really wish it had clicked and I'd have just thought, oh, let's try that. Yeah. Hey, Ashley Jane 94, thank you so much for 4 months of support. Greatly appreciated. The noises in the ear, yes. Thank you so much. And welcome to all the peeps in the chat. May score as well, I see you, my dude, with the bananas. Thank you everyone for tuning in. So, my inspiration for today. Following my nose. What am I going to do? I really wanted to do some Vault Hunters base building. But I thought, probably good to just get the next bit of like Hermitcraft editing done. And then I started really going down the rabbit hole of everything that I need to do for our next project. So, I ended up spending the whole day working on it. And then I was like, while all this stuff is fresh in my head, probably best to just, you know, crack on with it. Hey, Big Fat Shrimp, thank you for the 2 months with the Amazon Prime. Appreciate using that on me, my dude. Rad Jew says VH when? Great question. So, we'll do Hermitcraft today. We'll leave it, however far we get, we'll leave it there. Tomorrow in the daytime, I'm going to play a little bit of Vault Hunters just off camera on my own. And then in the evening, we'll stream that. And then Wednesday will be a snapshot day, so won't be streaming it on that day. Anyhoozle, I've got a spreadsheet full of numbers, so I need to fill up shulker boxes with resources for those numbers. It's just occurred to me that color coding these might be helpful, but I think I might color code them. We'll see what happens. I also had leftover shulker boxes around here. I do have some up top as well. KLTR MLK. Thank you for your 9 months. Twitch baby right there. Evening X. Thank you so much. I feel like we need to change it. We need to change it so like you're a Twitch baby in your first 9 months and then you become legit or something. Luxy is not happy about Vault Hunters without us. I imagine it will make for a better stream because I will be preparing for what I will do in the stream, and therefore I will be better informed and better able to provide you with quality entertainment. Hopefully. That's how I plan on it going anyway. Is it true Brian can't say your name right? Who's Brian? Don't know who that is. Godfather, thank you ever so much for 20 months of support, my dude. Appreciate you subscribing, continuing to support. Can't thank y'all enough. But I say it nonetheless. Honestly. You know, I say it feels like a broken record. I mean it every time. It's just, gosh, I do sound like a record on repeat these days, it feels like. Grianne, I mean. Who's Grianne? Do you mean Rian? That's a legit name. 3, 6, 8, 9, 10. So I've had another derp, by the way. I've discovered that I miscounted my setup. The game has like 11 sections, not 12, but it doesn't actually mess up anything really because I make the middle area bigger, so not an issue. Arani Grand, they mean. Oh gosh, the names are getting more and more abstract. He's on Hermitcraft beside Mumbo. Right. So you're talking about the one other... Oh, Pearl! Of course! Okay, you've spelt Pearl's name incredibly wrong. Now I get who you're talking about, yeah. The other hermit. Pearl, Mumbo, myself, Hermitcraft. Apparently. What is a hermit crafter? Pokey, I don't know if you're like, you know, I assume everyone here knows what we're doing, so for those of you that do not know, Hermitcraft is an SMP that's been around for about 10 years or more, coming on 11. And there's just an amazing group of talented people on here. We're on our 9th season of playing together. Each season is a world, and it's all about, you know, what amazing stuff we can do together. Mini games, storylines, shenanigans, pranks, all of it. They are talking about Giarian X, says Kush Barik. Giarian? Who's talking about Giarian? Who's Giarian? Kush, you got to tell me more. You can't just leave me with those kind of details. Right. I am on my other screen going over to a spreadsheet that is full of numbers. So I need 36 stacks of logs. I can actually save myself some time by replacing this shulker box with that shulker box. And then that was 27, so 30, 33, 4, 5, 6, and then some. Oh, it has to be a proper stack. I can't leave it like this. I'll take more than I need. So yeah, that plus this is the first part of the game. Okay. And I'm going to take some of this out of here just so it's a little more readily available, let's say. And then just chuck that back in there. Cool. So the first bit is really nice and easy because that's all we need. In the next one, we need 31 stacks of planks. Well, immediately we're going to use up these. So 4, 8, 16, 32. That'll do. That'll do nicely. Kush says, nice X, you are doing great. Thank you, my dude. Thank you. Curious, everyone's favourite track on Soulside Eclipses. Mine's Arcane Pandemonium. I love the piano bits, says Jack Deuce. Oh, I love the conversation you're trying to start there. I'd love to hear more. If anyone else wants to talk about that, you know I want to listen. Yeah, I adore that track. I mean, like, everything on that record is, like, it's all personal. It's all got a story behind it, right? And God, it means the world to know that other people can enjoy it. You know, when I put that thing out there, when it finally got done, it was never about what other people thought. I had to do it for myself first, but then now that that's done, I can enjoy it if other people enjoy it too. Curl says Elemental Forge. Wow. See, Elemental Forge for me, I think, was like a bit of a turning point kind of track. Like I surprised myself at that point in time with the whole learning to write songs and stuff. JKL's doing JKL's things. Thank you so much for those 30 months of resubscriptions. Appreciate you supporting the channel here. Thank you so much. Sorry, X, I'm going to watch some of your YouTube vids instead of streams, says Bob. No problem. There's a video out about branch mining in ye old latest update of why am I saying ye old? In the latest update of Minecraft. I'm adjusting my spreadsheet because it's full of information, but I have to scroll left to right to get it. I think I'm going to be stuck with doing that. So with this, we need 2 stacks of melons and 1 stack of books. But that has to be doubled. Yeah, okay. I made a note for myself that certain numbers have to be doubled, and I'm really glad I noticed that now. So I remember making... Yeah, there it is. So we need to actually double the amount of bookshelves. Which is possibly going to be expensive. Let's have a look. 1, 2, 3. This is what always catches me out. I have to do this every single time, right? So you do that, and then it's just 1 stack of books. Yeah. So you need like 9 stacks of sugarcane. The only thing is, I then want a few extra just in case. I can't remember. Like sometimes the numbers are a little above than below. So we'll make 3 more stacks of books. Let's see, there is plenty of leather, don't you worry. See, there you go, like absolutely tons of the stuff. Curls says maths again. Yeah, gotta do maths. Innit, bruv. This time though, I did take my time and try not to goof anything up. I'll probably find out later I've goofed something up massively, but I was using World Edit. There's this new mod called Axiom that's absolutely amazing. And I really want to use it at some point, but like you fall back onto what you know. I know how to get a job done. And I'm not sure like where on earth to begin trying to do it with this other mod. But yeah, maybe I should have used that, you know. Alright, that should cover us on that front. Anyway, I use World Edit and it's got counting tools, right? So I could count the materials and not get caught out. Whoops. Just trying to put the book in there. Hey, Xisuma, whose mega base was your favourite in Season 7 of Hermitcraft? I'm going to say Corrales, just because that popped into my head first. But then also he was my neighbour, so I was constantly looking over going, wow, look at that. Oh, ow. Gosh, that is really hot. Oh, that's my hot beverage, and it's too hot. I mean, I actually remembered it in time for once, and I get a scalded mouth as a result of remembering. So I need to go get stuff, right? Like 2 more stacks of melon. I don't really want to like double up my trips, so what I need to do is just eye over everything else. I'm pretty sure that's like the one thing I need to go to a shop for. So we'll take that trip. We'll take that trip. Curl says, I loved Aquitown so much. So many hermits building together. I think Aquitown is a great example of what we as a group should do more. Someone leads the way in a build style and everyone else gets to iterate it. Now, my opinion on that is heavily biased because I am not, I think I found the perfect way to summarize it, right? Like, if you've heard that I do music now, like, the music, like, just comes naturally in my mind's eye. Like, I just know the language of it. I remember when I was, like, picking up, learning how to produce music and learning how to do virtual instruments and stuff. It would be things that I could hear in the sounds, but I didn't know the language of, like attack, sustain, and decay. And, like, as soon as I saw those tools, I was like, I know what this is. Like, that whole world and experience to me is like very natural and just comes to me easily, and it appears like in my mind's eye, air quote. Obviously music is sound, but if you can conceptualize a building, right, the equivalent of that for me is that I can see the building. That was 5 diamonds worth, I think. Right, I can see a building, but only vaguely, like shapes, and I can't really like distinguish every detail and then turn that into something you do in Minecraft. Whereas with music, it's like there's like a complete picture there or something, or at least a path to one. So they just function really differently in my head, and that analogy I think helps me like explain to all of you that when I do building on Minecraft, I'm really like having to push myself into like territory that just doesn't come that naturally to me. But I really love building and architecture, and I appreciate all the amazing things on here. So for me, Aquitown was just an amazing way to be involved because someone else had laid the foundations, and it's easier for me to like look at something like this building here and be like, okay, you know, obviously I can like change out the block palette, but then we can start to pick up on, you know, how some walls here have been recessed and we got these windows, and I can come in and well, okay. We don't need you here, buddy. Oh yeah, wait, you gotta aim like this, right? Doesn't quite work with this. Oh, that was so close. That was so close. Get glowed, buddy, get glowed. Have a nice existence. You've survived. Oh, you've survived again. And again. Oh, lovely. Right, let's get the zoom back to normal. Yeah, you know, you can remix it. You can start to put a little bit of your own inspiration in it. You know, hey, I like these block colors, and I like this roof shape, and the foundations are in place. I work with that so much better. Scar has a squatter, says Lightly Lucid. Yes, Scar does. We have Bell Steven here for 20 months with the Amazon Prime. Thank you for using that on me, my dude. Greatly appreciated. Also got Lucaro1357 here for 56 months saying, since you didn't see my follow-up message from last month, Kappa is a tone indicator, meaning I'm joking, not serious. Okay. Well, I don't see Kappa being... Kappa is a... I know Kappa is a brand. Right? Those kids in back-to-back. Going down the side of your sleeves. I never really liked it. It's very garish. It was a big thing in like the 90s and early noughties, I guess. Yeah. Which Zoom mod do you use, says KLTR. It's part of camera utilities, I believe. It's just built into that. Decode Josh says, thanks for the replies. Oh, I think you're talking to other people in chat. I was going to say, I don't recall reading a message, but try and read more. The one and only Spider Peach says, hello, welcome Spider Peach. Go to sleep, says Skilly Clash. Look, man, I'm streaming. What are you saying, go to sleep? You don't want to be entertained? You want me to just disappear and go to the land of Nod? Jeez. Right, next up is cobblestone. We need 20... Oh, no, it's regular stone. 25 stacks of regular stone needs to be extracted. I think I'm going to go grab it from the bulk storage. Thoughts on Death Grips, says Nassar Maki. If ever you want to hear my thoughts on a particular band, you can go to my music blog, which you can find via my Linktree. Linktree.xisumavoid.co. Go there, click on the music blog. I've written about Death Grips a bunch of times. Love their music. Saw that they're touring again recently. I'd love to go see them. In fact, I think I was away. I think I was in New York City when they last played in the UK or something like that. I remember just seeing this date and being like, oh my god, I would drop everything for this, but like, I'm abroad, so it doesn't quite work. I mean, I'd drop everything, but not a holiday. Anyway, hope to see him again, basically. And, you know, I think I'd like for them to make new music, but I can't help but feel that I think they'd have to be quite radical and do something different. I don't feel like the next iteration of their sound, based on what they were doing at the time, of, what was it, Year of the Snitch? Like, I don't feel like the next iteration of that will be like a big game changer or quite as surprising or shocking as like hearing their music for the first time is for some people. Yeah, I think so. If they do come out with something new, I think they need to like surprise people with a big shake-up. But you never know. 1, 2, 3. That's 30. 1, 2, 3, and that's enough cobblestone in that box. Don't think I've ever heard of them, says James Starborn, or Jamie Starborn, should I say? Well, they're like an experimental industrial hip hop group, if you want to call them that. And they were like a big impact back in 2012 all the way up to like 2018 before they stopped releasing more music. NASA says, agreed, I'm hoping for something that feels final because the Year of the Snitch wasn't satisfactory. I really like that record. I don't think that it wasn't satisfactory. I think that they kind of pivoted a little bit back to the sort of... what's the record called? The Money Store, where it's more poppy, there's more hooks in there. And all the songs sort of revolve around hooks and, you know, stuff that's great for the live show. Whereas... previously, they were doing stuff that was more challenging. Girls, thank you for gifting a sub to Short Insomniac. Thanks for supporting our community with another gifted sub. And Short Insomniac, be sure to say Faith, say thanks in the chat. What are you prepping for, Mr. Xisuma, says Pizza 8 Boy? The absolute mega game that I'm building for the other hermits to play. Okay, now I skipped one here because I put stone in the box, but really we need to do the next thing, which is to get cobwebs and gravel into here. Right, I've got to remember every time I read the secondary materials that they're doubled. This is just like, I had to write it one way to help me calculate everything, and then I have to remember to come back and change it. I thought gravel went into a different one to this. Or was there boxes full of gravel? Did I absolutely tear through all of my gravel supply? I remember having boxes of the stuff. But I thought it was maybe in a different... Oh, wow, okay. Did I move them? Let's go check our other storage. I never really got to grips with using the bulk storage over here. Okay, wow, I did. I moved it... Well, that was cobble. I moved it over here. So, yeah, I'll take a box. How long did it take to get all of the shulker boxes? Well, not that long, because we built a farm. Shulker box farm. In some way, I guess. So, yep, it's the one with stone is after the one with planks and melons. So I need 8 stacks of this stuff. 1, 2, 3. Let's grab another 4. Sorry, 6. That way we've got more than enough. And then I also need 2 stacks of cobwebs. So that's the first thing that was sort of leaving behind, air quotes. I'm just going to leave this down here since I seem to still think that it is stored down here. You can make a farm for shulkers, says Jamie Starborn. Absolutely. Just go to YouTube and check out my Hermitcraft series, and there's an episode where I've probably titled and make the thumbnail very obvious. It's about building a shulker box farm, build it in the end dimension. It was an absolute blast to put together, and now we have just... Like, I think over there's actually like a double chest full of shulker boxes with shulker shells or something. Just left it running for 24 hours and then that was it. Set for the season. You have a bartering farm, right? Maybe it's over there. I have a bartering farm. What's the it in your sentence? Do you have a tutorial for the farm? No, I do not. Let's see. So next up on cobble is iron. I'm gonna bookmark on this screen, even though I've written it elsewhere. Wait, we need 2 stacks of cobwebs. And then later, if we get the time, we'll go grab that stuff. So now it's iron ore. See, I've got absolutely tons of this, but to balance the game, I don't actually need a crazy amount of it. So I just need to grab like that. Then we need raw iron, which is going to be this much and, well, a little extra. Probably no more than that. Okay, does that go in the gravel one? We're on to the next thing now. We've got the cobble, and then we've got these materials, and then that is that almost done. The other thing that I need now is 2.5 stacks of feathers at least. I should have a shulker box full of feathers. And if I were to put them anywhere, they would have been in this column. Either way, it shouldn't be a big deal to go grab some. So let's head to another location on the Hermitcraft server. Just doing it all one thing at a time. What's the mega project, says Cookie Dude on Twitch? It's a minigame. And I'm thinking, depending on how it goes, playing it here in survival, I might revive it as a little bit of a game development project, because I've had it for like over 11, 12 maybe years, and just never really like done anything else with the idea, which is weird because it was a fun game we all played back in the day, air quotes. I really like the idea of approaching it again with much more of a modded mindset, because the tech tree just works fine, but it's like limited. So we played it, in survival mode, but we built the map in creative. The thing is, we're now at a point where we can actually do the creative aspect in survival, like building the actual map, because we've just built so many farms this season. We've got so many resources. So I might resurrect it with this idea that it's like a game built off that idea that the whole tech tree works in survival. But you and I know. Hang on, where did this stuff go again? Is it down here? Right, I feel like one of these should be full of feathers. Okay, it'll be the one on the other side. Apparently I was using cobwebs as item filters. That's kind of cool, actually. Hey! No problems here. So what did I say? We needed like 2.5 stacks. No, I need 5 stacks. Wow, my math is not good. And again, my notes are not incredibly clear. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I should probably just bring a bunch back to storage anyway. So we'll do that. But yeah, I'm going to put 5 or so into the other thing. Can you help me with something? Says JJ & Co. Well, that I cannot answer because I don't know what something is. Coco, sorry to hear you're having a rough evening. Nice to have something to wind down to. Cool, yeah. Gotta pay attention to that kind of stuff, you know. If you need a wind down, you gotta have one. I've certainly not been in need of a wind down for a while. Since I've reoriented my thinking, gonna sound like a broken record, but you know, I stream often and I just talk about how I feel, I guess. Like, this whole pivoted mindset lately is really working for me, so it just continues to be like smooth sailing, it feels like. Ice Pick, thank you ever so much for 26 months. Woo! Over 2 years. Awesome job. Love to catch your streams. Love to have you with us, my dude. Thanks for tuning in. And thank you for your continued support. Right, let's see. We need 5 stacks. Which one is it? Look at my notes. Iron. Then we're on to the next. No, it's iron. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, more than enough, basically. And then over here, where there's some space, we'll throw in the feathers. It's like therapy, but your therapists pay you, says Locaro. Oh god, yeah. It's almost true. I mean, it is. Maybe it is. This is like therapy. I've had therapy. I think maybe what therapy taught me was to turn a light on myself and learn to be more introspective. Which came quite naturally, as I was always a very introspective person anyway. Oh yeah, I've actually sort of like put a lot of those materials into here, so I need to remember that and then maybe just like unload this as we go too. Whereas now that I don't do therapy anymore, I just feel like I have the tools to kind of like use what I learned in therapy over and over again, but then I have this place to come and just like offload my thoughts. Even just for silly stuff, it's good to have somewhere to just talk about silly stuff. Like, you know, like for example, I'm really into AI and all that's happening with it. But like, it's hard to get a conversation going with your mates or whatever when they're just not into that stuff. Because, you know, I'm passionate about it, but if you don't share that kind of passion with people, it's not exactly like a everyday topic. So I need to get 20 stacks of sandstone, and I know I need to go to the desert and get a ton of sand. So that's something we'll come back to. We'll come back to that box. That being said, that is the one that requires some gold blocks, and 1, 2, 3, 4, let's put 5. Didn't I just click 4 times? Maybe I missed that one. Where are we at? Sand and sandstone, hay bales will appear over here, along with 16, so that's 42 gold blocks. Oh, you know, look in the right chest, you darn fool. Put that much in, just in case I need a little more. So I've developed, like, the distribution of all these items with a randomizer, so sometimes they're a little bit above, a little bit below the numbers that I've got listed. Okay, Lightly Lucid's going to Costco. Have a good trip, my dude. Vegeta says, do you travel often? Not as much as I'd like, but I want to travel more, I guess. And Penelope Sky is here in chat. 12 months, a whole year, saying, whoa, finally got a whole year. Thank you again for continuing to make content about this silly little block game. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate it. Let's see. Right, so the next one is we go to Tough. We need 27 stacks of Tough, which is a whole box. Believe it or not, I've actually gathered this stuff over the season. Crazy, right? This might just be all of my Tough resources put into the next bit. So it's not that one, it's this one here we're at now. Need another 4 stacks of the Tough. And we've got some to spare, thank goodness. Sioki Zuala. Thank you ever so much for your Prime, and I apologise in advance for the butchering of the name. Goodness me. Goodness me. I tried my very best though, hopefully I got it okay. Mmm. Oh man, that's some good coffee. Yes, I have butchered the name, chat. I have butchered the name. It's what I do. So I need 8 stacks of coal. I'm quite liberal with the use of that. It's not really necessary for the game, but I just have so much of this, I thought, why don't we throw it in? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, I'm going to put an extra stack in just because it's not always exact. We're up to this spot now, so there's your 9 and 32 lapis. I happen to know that I only have this much, and I'm pretty sure I did it so it was less. So that should be good. And we've done everything else. On to the next box, we need 2 stacks of obsidian. Oh my goodness me, where on earth will I get that from? And then gunpowder, and also... Right, 34, 35 even, maybe just 36. Smooth salt. I'm not actually sure that I would have a lot of this. Where would I have gotten it from? Do I get it from, like, bartering, or do I have a farm? Can I craft it? Is it smeltable? I forget. So tough. Smooth basalt. Chat, I'm going to let you help this. Geodes, says Kuko for Cocoa Puff. Geodes is probably where I got them from. But can I smelt it? Can I make it out of regular basalt? That is a question. Okay, it doesn't look like there's any backed up there. Or here. Yes, you can smelt. I wish I could double check that before I go and chuck this into a into my monstrosity of a smelter. So like, we got that many. How many was it again? 35. Probably need about 36 on this one, so take away 8. 28 stacks. So basically a full shulker box of the basalt. Okay, and I think I'll put in one more stack for good measure. Baldies says, howdy Xisuma, how are you, mate? I'm good, thanks for asking. Thanks for asking. Oh yeah, let's do a test, right? I'm clicking like crazy. You can hear that the thing isn't filled up again yet. I'm clicking. That definitely said smooth basalt, so I'm happy with that. Yeah, I seem to recall that being a recipe, but I always need to double check this thing. This game has just so many things to remember. Hey, it's the one, the only, the legendary Angry K9, part of the 100 Club. Thank you so much, my dude, for... Oh, wow, look at it go. I love this contraption. Love this contraption. So many gifted subs, my goodness me. Duzlo, Low Density, Lego Head, Zerayla. Docs is on Twitch now. Y'all been gifted subs. Be sure to say thanks in the chat. Thank you so much, Angry K9, for over 100 months of support and some gifted subs too. Greatly appreciated, my dude. Greatly appreciated. No, don't smelt it, says Kush. Why not? Did I make a mistake? Why would I not smelt it? Look at this. That one's run out of fuel. Uh-oh. And that's going to back up too. That's fine. We'll come and take care of that. Will Hiscow allowed to be back to Hermitcraft when he is better, says Katie Cootie. Hiscow is always welcome on Hermitcraft. There is no will or won't be about it. That's not how Hermitcraft runs. Right, let's see. This glass is also for the project, and I learned today that I need a bunch more, which I have to add to my calculations, I guess. Right, now we can leave that to do its thing. Vegeta, thank you so much for 3 months. GG indeed, it's been a while. Lol. Thank you, my dude. Thank you for the subscription. Gamer Myth says, what happened to Hiscow? Never know how to answer those questions. It's like, you know, he's doing his thing, streaming, doing Vault Hunters, doing what Hiscow wants to do. Right, let's grab that steak. That's my food supply. So the basalt one was gunpowder and obsidian, right? Yeah, okay. So this basalt one is going to have that in, and then quite a lot of gunpowder. Let me think about this. 10 stacks? Yeah, it would be 10 stacks. Because feathers was 5, right? Ten stacks, here we go. We'll take 11, as you know. That's how we roll. So this means I need to pick up that basalt. It also kind of means like I need yet an extra sandbox, because or 2 actually. I think I need a crazy amount of sand now to think about it. Okay then, so that's right. Next up is basalt, for which we need 34 stacks of, and you know I've got all of this. It's cool to be putting these resources to use, I think. There's your smooth, so here's your basalt. That's going to be 3 more for 27. 1, 2, 3. And then 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 will get us over the line. Hey X, what are you up to, says Xavier. We are prepping for our next big mega project. This needs 1 stack, well, I've got to double it, of deep slate iron ore. Did I put that into here? Or is deep slate iron ore rare and I've just like completely goosed? I think I might have goosed that. Look. I've tried to make all of these choices based on things I've already got, but I might have got that one wrong. I won't need too much more, but it's something I've got to get my hands on. Yeah, I think I got that one wrong, so need to get some more of that at some point. This is why we're doing all of this, though, to make sure we've got everything. Don't want to be, like, halfway through building this and you have to dart off to go get some materials. Right, 24 iron blocks. That's going to be an easy one. Well, I know I've got some somewhere. I don't think deep slate iron ore is rare, says Darker Soccer Uno. I think it's something you don't accumulate a lot of due to where it generates, but that's about it. No, we would need more than that, wouldn't we? Let's just take a stack. That can go into that one. Cool. Next up will be some diamond ore. So now, what's the material? 35 stacks of cobbled deep slate. If I don't see it... Oh, there it is. I was going to say, I had like actual chests of this stuff to unload. Salt, followed by cobbled deep slate, 35 stacks. There we go, there's more. So that'd be 34, sorry, 30, 31, 2, 3, 4, 5. Getting close to the end now. Right, this would require 2 stacks of diamond deep slate ore. No, actually, a lot less. No, wait, what am I looking at? I'm looking at the wrong thing. 1 stack, yeah. Okay, so we'll put 3 in there. More than enough. And then 16 diamond blocks. That's going to be 32. This is where those profits are going to come in. We'll put that into there. Make that, and that can go into the game. Excellent. Right, then we need 6 stacks of deep slate redstone ore at least. So that was 4, 5, 6. We'll put in 7. That's on the next one, so all of that will be something else, because I've jumped the gun a little bit there. And then we need those apples that I got earlier. In fact, I only need like just over a stack. Sounds about right. Huh. Now that I realised that, I had enough already. I didn't really need to go farm that earlier, but hey, I did it. Then we need 32 stacks of the regular deep slate. So we've got 27 here. Is that the right one? Yep. Okay. That was 27. 30. 31. 32. Let's just put in 33. And then we've got the very last section to do. Deep slate diamond ore are redstone building blocks to me by now, says Duslow. That's what Doc M's been doing, right? Hey, are we being raided? Welcome all the... Oh, I am slightly worried. I thought I had more cobbled deep slate than that. Oh, I've still got that there. Oh gosh, we are skimping the last of our resources. Welcome all the raiders from the potato party. Thank you so much for the raid, Pearl. Greatly appreciated. I know that you were streaming Hermitcraft. We saw you were online as well. So welcome over, everyone. I am prepping for my absolute mega project, which is a game all the hermits are going to be invited to play. It involves placing somewhere around 40,000 blocks into the world. It is just absolutely crazy, and we're at the very last bit, where I need to convert all of this into deep slate tile. Wow. That is grindy. I think I might just do that at another time off camera. So let's see. All of these do not have deep slate in them. But this does. This might be our saving grace right here. Let's see how much we can squeeze out of this. That's 27. 28, 29, 30, 31. I'm going to need another 4 stacks of cobbled deep slate. Let's write that on our list. Okay. What did Pearl get up to this stream, by the way? Today we learned that Pearl eats potatoes, which would make her a cannibal. Say what? Say what? Something here I'm not understanding. Oh yeah, this also requires my deep slate lapis ore. Uh-huh. That's the only thing that goes into there. Now all of this, I can just tidy up at another time, right? Let's tidy away some empty shop. Oh my god, I need more glass as well. Dang it. Okay, so 2 stacks of cobwebs. We need sandstone, sandboxes, deep slate, iron ore that was, and cobbled deep. So we can get those 2 together. That's good. That's pretty much everything. I'm just eyeing over the list one more time. I think we're good. I think we have set everything up correctly. Pearl was grinding resources. I've kind of been doing the same thing. I've been organising my resources. That's the key distinction over here, I think. Let's grab another empty one. I am trying to like keep some sort of sanity around here as the way things are laid out. Right, so we now need to take a trip to the desert. We need to get a lot of sand and a lot of sandstone. Pearl calls her communities for potatoes, part of the Spud family. I see. Pearl also says she mines sand like a shovel, which according to Efo makes her a sucker. I feel like there's a joke in there I'm not quite getting. Hermit's grinding away, says Angel Witch. That's what we do. We grind away. Okay. Yeah. Feels weird to have that all wrapped up now because I spent so long on it earlier and now it's all into boxes. Let's get a few more of those rockets so we're nicely prepared. Right, so I'll need to bring these 2 boxes with me. They're actually for sand. So I've got to fill those back up and then probably like another 2 boxes and then 1 of sandstone. Something like that I think we need. Oh, let's swap them for... yeah. Ah. I like it. Going to be much more organised now. Here's Danny03 here for 9 months. Twitch baby right there saying, hi, Xisuma. I hope you have an amazing... I hope you're having a nice day so far. I just threw in amazing, apparently. Love your streams. Keep it going. Thank you so much. Appreciate the Twitch baby right there. 9 months of support. It's wonderful. Remley says, I'm playing Balloons TD6. Sorry, Xisuma. I can't watch your stream. Okie doke. Yeah, Balloons TD, I never got into that one. I like tower defense games, but that one just didn't have like much depth that I enjoyed particularly. Tower defense was an interesting one. Like me as a gamer, it's like if a game can draw me in, it's because it's got a challenge, it's got something that I'm into. But then, after you like reach the limits of that, I tend to lose interest, and lost interest in that one like a long time ago, really. Got to play it though before it became a big thing, because I was playing tower defense maps on StarCraft, where they like, I believe, first appeared, although I have learned that there are other origin stories for tower defense type games, but yeah, played them over there, had a blast. Let's go find a flatter area, I think, for this. Although, that being said, this might be a good spot to get the sandstone first. Whenever the trident like really confuses me because it's got the darker shulker box and it just looks like a trident in your inventory. Always catches me, that one. Ah, look, this isn't even a deep blob area of sandstone, so maybe not. Maybe that's not the way we go. Yeah, I think I'm going to go to a different spot actually to get the sand. It'd be a bit awkward getting it from hilly areas. OB says, how's it going, X? It's going good, thanks for asking. Ah, Scar is here. I wanted to talk to Scar. I don't know if any of you saw my tweet, but I have a little proposal, a little idea for Scar. Let's see if he's free. So Scar is like doing copper, like grinding the copper, and I'm thinking, dang, we got a farm for this. Okay, I think Scar just left. You've been drowning in copper, says Coles. Exactly. I've been drowning in copper, so... Anyway, I was looking at Scar's base while I was over there, and there's like this big underground area that he could fit his own machine into, so I was going to like propose... You know, he can use money if he wants, but he could also build his own. Hey X, have you played RTS before StarCraft and Warcraft? Just Command and Conquer, I guess. Again, another game that kind of had its moment, but you know, it just feels kind of dated now. I still do enjoy a little bit of Command and Conquer. I've played it on stream a bunch of times. Scarland Copper Mega Machine, says Angel Witch. Something like that, yeah. Maybe David 6, you call it. I mean, Pixel's got some innovations that automate it even further. Now, this water's going to be a bit of a pain, isn't it? But I think like the design I've got is just as good. It feels like, at least from what I remember, the next step to automating it was like getting rather complicated. Because once you built the contraption, it's you know, it's a pleasure to use. It's easy to understand and easy to fix. Don't know if that's true of like the next iteration or not, but it certainly felt like the complications went up like a step. But I haven't actually built it, so who knows. Have you seen the giant Egger Dragon? Yes, I have. I thought that was fantastic. Really great idea, especially the way the wings look. Like, because of the way the dragon egg renders, you get that kind of, I don't know, what would we call it? Like, almost like a transparency. It makes the wings look kind of thin compared to the body, which is really cool. I feel like someone will tune into every stream raid and get as many points as possible just via the face reveal option. Is that a thing that you get points for stream raids now? Dang. They've just added so much stuff. It's hard to keep track of. You could interview a Scar's Redstone guy. I don't want to be Scar's Redstone guy. I don't want to put too much on my own plate at the moment. So like, if Scar wanted that project, I'd do that, but just gotta have the right balance of what I'm doing with my time. I can fit something like that in. But probably on the premise of like, I'll get you, you know, like the schematic and the resources and like help you with bits, but like you'll be building it for the most part. Because if I weren't doing the game that I'm doing, I'd absolutely happily build it again. Such a cool project. But yeah, I'm avoiding being Mr. like crazy grind mode. It happens every now and then. When I was working on the Skulk Infestation episode, I had one of these days where it was just like I couldn't stop, and then it was like bedtime, and I'm like, yeah, this is what I used to do like non-stop, and it's not sustainable long term. Just being completely obsessed. Have you had any good curry lately, says Lucy's Dream? I have not. I haven't really, I don't know when I last had one, ages ago. Unless it was like an at-home curry, right? I'll probably have some takeaways again in like winter. This summer though, there's been stuff on, and I've been enjoying the weather, and I just don't really need to like zone out and watch a movie and enjoy some food or anything. I'm just not where I'm at. Are you addicted to VH? Yeah, I'm really into VH. It's very cool. You seem like a chicken and rice guy. I can totally eat chicken and rice. Gotta have some veggies with it. By the way, X, thank you for the video uploaded today. Very informative and very clear, says Sir Jemin. Appreciate it, my dude. I had the time to really think that video out and presented it how I wanted to. Efo mines sand with TNT and says if you aren't using TNT for sand mining, you're a sucker. Yeah, I know about that. I think it's one of those things where it seems like it's a good idea, but it's probably not. Like, TNT mining for stone. I've seen so many videos about is it fast or is it not. And the one thing that I think gets forgotten about is that you need time to gather your sand for the TNT. Like, you're literally gathering... Like, how do you get sand for your TNT? I guess you start with a creeper, right? Creeper blows up some sand. You craft it with the gunpowder into TNT. Alright, and then you go from there. But anyway, you know, you gotta mine sand, then you've got to get the gunpowder. And basically it works like that. You know, you have all this prep time, you have to build farms, you have to gather resources, you have to craft, then you have to like set up the TNT to mine the area, and it's a thing that I think should be done for fun. But in terms of time, I don't really think it competes. There's all that setup time that goes into it. Always catches you out. It's a never-ending loop, says Lucy Dream. Yeah, that's what I was getting at, right? Like, in order to... If you're going to farm sand with TNT, well, you need to use that sand to make the TNT. You know? Right, keep getting all this stuff. I love getting like every little bit of sand in these areas. So like when you come and explore it in the world download, there's like it's absolutely decimated. It's literally all gone. All the sand's gone, you know. Why am I even picking it up right now? Jeez. Chuck that in there. Thank you. I'm not sure this pick or this shovel can do that many boxes. Won't it be like the snowball effect? Snowball effect, I think, refers to like picking up momentum and having exponential growth, which would be the opposite. Well, not the opposite, but different. If you use sand to make TNT and use TNT to farm sand, it begs the question, what came first, the sand or the TNT? It does, doesn't it? Begs the question. Hermits destroy entire deserts by the end of the season. Yep. Either together or alone, according to season 2. And season 2 was a good time, right? Do you ever prune or reset the deserts with new updates? I don't recall doing that, but there was, I think, I don't know, I think think we've never pruned a desert to get the terrain back and mine it again. But I think maybe it was discussed and just agreed not to do that. That's probably what happened, yeah. You know, there's this argument about preserving Minecraft terrain and not encouraging players to destroy it. But I actually quite like that you take trips out to certain spots just to get the resources from it. I always found that to be pretty cool, pretty fun. I was reading some more comments about the development of Minecraft today. You just can't please everyone. Like, they changed the generation of diamonds, and then people are saying, oh, they're making the game too easy. They changed it because people were saying it's too hard to find diamonds. You know, like, it's just the whole vocal minority problem. If you do something, there's this loud vocal minority about it. I think they should maybe develop the game with, like, less of a back and forth. Just feels like the taste between the community and Mojang has gotten sour to a point where maybe they should just, like, stop and just, like, develop it in the direction they want it to go. Because it feels like a lot of changes, they're trying to, like, openly justify their reasoning, and everyone just wants to pick it apart. You know? Oh, but you did this over there. It's like, here we go again. As you can tell, I am exposed to a unhealthy amount of Minecraft-related comments. Korishi, thank you so much for your 67 months of support. Evil X in the his house. Appreciate you, Madu. Thank you for continuing your support. We'll never make everyone happy, so just please your spouse, says Set Monje. It's a good quote. I've been guilty of that. Demolished 4 deserts into one build pyramid. Never completed that one. Okay. There are more being vocal about the villager experimental changes than a minority, I think, says Bandy BC. No, there's not. Like, let me explain the term vocal minority, okay? Right? Let's say I got, what was it, 450,000 views on that video, and I'm just gonna guess that there's about 4,000 comments on there or something. Even if it were higher, right? Not all of those comments are negative. The majority are. The point being is that the people who speak out are a majority to the people that are exposed to the information. This is because most people just don't speak up and express their opinion, right? So what we tend to think, the people speaking are representing their populations proportionately. I.e., you know, 90% of these comments are outraged, therefore 90% of those views are angry or outraged or whatever, right? But I don't think it's actually true. I think there is a bias towards commenting and airing your opinion. I think it takes a certain type of person to, you know, put your comments and feedback out there into the comments. And it could be that if you're not one of those people, you're generally just maybe not that opinionated, so you don't comment. You're like, oh, well, they've changed it, you know. Maybe you're thinking, you know, not so great. Maybe that doesn't make sense to me, but whatever. They're developing the game. It's not a big deal. You know, I can't help but feel that the people that don't comment are probably more likely to have that sort of attitude, right? So what I'm saying is I don't think that you can go to a comment section and assume that just because 90% of the comments are angry, therefore 90% of the viewers are angry. And this applies to more than just the current situation with Minecraft. I think it's probably like that in general. Now, does this mean therefore that all viewers don't agree? I don't know. We don't actually know. Unless they're going to tell you, you don't know. So it could mean, you know, it probably speaks to a certain population that's being quiet. So if you've got a video where the angry comments and the positive ones are split down the middle, 50-50, maybe that's, you know, sort of close to what the audience feels, or maybe, you know, maybe most of the audience just isn't that bothered. But just because the comments then tend to get angrier, I'm not sure if the proportion skews the same way. I think it's very like a reflexive and intuitive feeling thing to assume that your comments are proportion to the population, but I'm not sure they are. I'm not sure they are. I think there's like a little bit of air quotes, like use the term lightly, but radicalization with some of this outrage baiting going on around things like EULA changes. I think it kind of primes people to be very angry and vocal, but I don't think it primes you as much to like call out BS on that stuff. So yeah, most people are not telling you their opinion, and we feel like we can intuit their opinion from what other people have said. But there is a bias, I think, to voicing negativity. Not like, how many comments have you read where like, I'm firmly in the middle about this change. I'd neither dislike or like it. I think Mojang have been very neutral. How dare they? They need to be more like this. I don't know. You know what I mean? Right? Think about it that way. Do you think there's a general push from the devs against the farmability of the game? Like, they always seem to be cutting into the ability to sustainably farm in favour of constantly having to go out and manually grind things. Yes, they've definitely pivoted in that direction. And there have been people in the community that have asked for it, right? This is the thing. You can find all the different flavours of opinion because the community for this game is that big. So there's no shortage of people saying, we need to stop destroying the Minecraft world, give us renewable sand, etc. I think the issue that the devs struggle with is that they tend to... I think the philosophy of the game and where it's going, I don't think it's really written in stone. It just tends to sort of change. Like, the vision, the end goal, I don't think there is one for Minecraft. I don't think it's about, like, refining the experience into some ultimate version of itself. I think it's kind of like, it is what it is, and, like, let's keep it going. And just add stuff, you know? Not a lot of stuff in the game feels like, you know, there's some unified experience behind what they're adding. Camels, sniffers, didn't feel deep at all, just felt like here's a new mob, you know? And without that sense of having like a grand vision behind where the game is going, I think it just opens up a lot of stuff to just easily be debatable about, right? I know what I'd be doing if I were given the reins to do Minecraft development, and it probably wouldn't be what Microsoft would want. I would be focusing on probably, like, you know, I'm gonna talk about it casually, but like if I were put in charge, this would be like a way more seriously considered thing. But like really like drumming out the principles of what you're doing that you want to enhance and improve, and like come up with a goal to reach, right? Like, what is the end vision for what we're doing? And for me, it would be around people being able to express their creativity through building, and how inventory management and the placing of blocks is just an outdated system. I'd be looking to like rebuild that. But also you'd have to factor in other parts of the game, like being creative from a technical perspective, you know, toying around with mechanics. Minecraft's a beautiful game for mechanics. They interact with each other well. You can do lots of fun and expressive things. I really lean into those core aspects. Other ones being, you know, the adventure and the exploration. You really got to drill down, like, and get it like a little bit of a doctrine of like what makes this game tick from these different perspectives, and then how do you direct future features to like enhance this experience and really get it to a better place. I do not get the sense that there is something like that happening. It really does feel just like more blocks, you know? Here's the new blocks, here's the new mobs. Here you go. I think the cave generation, though, was probably a very well executed idea. Like, they took a core part of the game and refreshed it and overhauled it. That was really well done. That was definitely something done with a lot of thought and consideration. And I think the guy who was mostly behind that, was his name Henkel, right? The musician. He made a bunch of really cool, interesting videos about like the train generation and other things as well while he was at Mojang. He left, unfortunately. I feel like I mean, my suspicion was it felt like he was behind a lot of it because he was communicating how it was all done technically, and maybe they lost like a big talent there, someone who really could have helped shape the game's future in a good direction or something. But who knows? Might want to mend your shovel soon. Nah, we don't need to do that. Every player plays a different game, so fixing anything will always break something for someone else. I disagree with that. I think you can balance it. I really do. I think you can balance the aspects of it, because Minecraft is like a choose your own adventure book, right? Like, you have choices about how you want to play. It's about creating things that complement one another. Like, I think one of the problems with villager trading is that it's overpowered in a way where doesn't scale with the other ways of doing the same activity. Once you're introduced to the villagers and the books, you no longer want to use the previous enchanting system. It's a very, very difficult thing to do, to balance that. Like, how do you give, you know, a casual player the ability to have access to certain things? One thing I thought of was like easy, hard, medium. Like, the difficulty settings for Minecraft don't really mean anything. I think it was just a hangover from games having those settings, and when Notch made it, it was like, well, you got to have your easy and hard mode, right? And so there's very little in the game that feels affected by those things, or should I say maybe it's like a very narrow experience of what changes. There are things that are quite different from one another, like the health of mobs, but it's kind of narrow overall, right? Like, what if villager trading was easier or harder based on your game mode? The difficulty even that you'd set. So you set it to like easy, and then you get those easy trades. I don't know if that would actually work. Sounds like it might, but yeah. Exactly, I've been thinking the same thing. The difficulty setting needs to have some say in how trading and drops work. Yeah. But I think it would be very easy for Mojang to just like do that for like a feature and then leave it. That'd be very typical if it was like, oh, here's how we're going to do villager trading. It's now based on your difficulty. And then that's it for like 2 years. And then nothing else is changed to the difficulty settings, right? Like, if you're going to change it, I really think you need to make it work. You need to make players really have a choice. Where it's like, if I play in easy, you know, I don't need to build big redstone farms. You got to factor in all the different elements. It's one of those things I've observed over the years. I think it's one of the issues with just doing like content-based updates, where it's like, here's the new blocks, here's the new mobs, is that there's no real like overarching design there, and it always just feels like there's missed opportunities as a result. Well, that creeper helped me get out of there, so I'm not bothered. I'm not bothered. I don't think villagers are overpowered, says Gamer Myth. Well, therein lies a big debate, right? Because some people do. And then when you change it, everyone's opinion then on the matter comes to light. But the problem is, it was a change that should have been done, what was it, 4 years ago or something? That when they added it like that, it was clear that it was sort of broken straight away. It was so exploitable, and it totally rebalanced everything, and then they just left it for 4 years. You know? It's, again, this is like why I keep coming back to that idea of like having a proper vision for where you're going with the game. Because otherwise you end up with this angry community that's getting all these decision changes at random times, and it's just like, where is the game going? It's not obvious. It's just not obvious, you know? Yeah, nothing would surprise you, really. If like they just changed the villagers and left in something else that was broken and then came back a couple of years, no one would be surprised. No one would be surprised. A little off topic, X, but do you think they should add climate change feature to Minecraft, where you can basically change your geoform or biome over time? Seems like a nice idea to have creatively. Honestly, I think Minecraft could like really embrace big ideas like that. And I think it could be done in relatively simple ways, but it's something where you've got to really flesh out the vision of how that works. Why does the player interact with it? Those are the better questions, I think, because You can probably find a mod that does something similar, but I've noticed that a lot of modded Minecraft tends to not have like deep game design. It tends to actually kind of follow that Minecraft principle of like, here's more stuff, right? You know? So when you play modded, it's often a very different experience of like just grinding through various tech mods and getting a bunch of like overpowered things that can change the world and stuff, but rarely does it feel like a sculptured experience like Vault Hunters does, for example. So again, it's kind of a question of like, how do you implement such an idea? Minecraft really is like a sandbox game, so I don't see why many different ideas can't be incorporated into it. It's just about the execution and the game design and the philosophy behind it. But hey, we have camels now, so says Cold Shot. Yeah, and you know, I think the camel was decent because it added two-player riding. So that's good. You know, the principle of adding something and then giving it unique features is that mechanics aspect of Minecraft, where it's really fun to tinker with different mechanics in this game, and like every time you fill a gap and make make something new possible, that's really good. But it doesn't happen too often. As with the sniffer felt a little like lacking in comparison, I guess, at least to me. Right, now we're on to a whole box of sandstone. We don't actually need a whole box, but I'm just going to get a box filled up anyway. Climate systems evaluate the efficiencies of your farm and contraptions and adjust the climate accordingly. Haha, says the Beers. There's so many ways you could approach it. Yeah, you could, you know, every event in the world could have a factor related to it. It's certainly be interesting. X, are you seeing yourself using the calibrated sculk sensor of any of your redstone builds? Not at the moment. I feel like it's something I need to think about, because you can actually like make pretty good use of it. I feel like where it fell short was by being so specific, as in like you have to tune it to get a certain event. It didn't feel very interactive. It didn't feel very Minecrafty. It's you know, it pulls you out of the game and into somewhere on the internet looking for an answer, right? Like, what do I have to tweak it to get this thing? Which was once a brilliant thing about Minecraft, and I feel like they've tried to make the game less reliant on that kind of stuff, but then they go ahead. Again, it's like I said about like the whole design philosophy and principles and stuff. You know, it felt like they were trying to push the game in a way where it could explain itself to you, i.e. broken nether portals. But then they go and add something where you blatantly need to go look up how it works on a wiki. So, you know, I think it would have been really cool if you brought the game event, or you had the game event nearby that you wanted to detect that vibration, and you taught the sculk sensor to remember that. But no, it's not the way it works. But either way, you know, whatever way it works, I think getting it into your head, like that there's a list of these events you can capture a redstone, is a good thing. So at some point I'd like to just, you know, peruse all the possibilities, I guess. Go through that list and decipher what things I could take advantage of. Technical Minecraft is too heavily skewed towards research and not towards experimentation. Yeah, I agree. It is definitely, yes, very much research. I mean, how, like, people are always just building farms based on someone else's videos, right? Like, wouldn't it be nice if they could make it so that farming was good enough without you needing to get really technical, right? That the average player could have the tools to go in and create a farm that serves their needs. There's always going to be that, you know, next level aspect. But I feel like that just speaks to the imbalance of certain resources and how you gather them and whatnot. These things, though, they sort of balance oddly with like ideas of rarity and reward for gathering stuff that's difficult. If you want to make everything accessible, you're always going to diminish that like aspect of challenge for certain players, I think. I feel like villagers are there right now. Villager breeders are witchcraft to me, says Chief Odo. Exactly, yeah. And, you know, they're addressing this, and maybe it's a really good opportunity to bring elements into the game that the average player can understand. This will help me breed villagers, and then I can trade with them, and yada yada yada. I think it'd be tricky to do it in a way that doesn't just introduce the villager trading block like you might have in a modded Minecraft pack, but it'd be nice to see. But I think the 1.20 update, I've lost a little faith in where the game is going. It felt like a very okay update. And it wrapped up some things that were announced like quite a long time ago. Like archaeology was honestly really disappointing. I've seen some people defend it, which is fair. But it just felt so dull. So dull to me. It could have been a really cool opportunity to put like structures into the game that had traps and unexpected elements. It wouldn't be like IRL archaeology. You know, it would have been more like Indiana Jones, but you want to forge a good gaming experience, right? No, I don't think Minecraft is a game of realism. A quest system would actually be interesting, says Carls. I don't know about a quest system because you have advancements, right? I think the thing with questing is that it like explains itself a lot and it's like a bit more like a story. The advancements in this game are a bit weird too because they're like some of them are a little bit like a tutorial, trying to show you how you progress through the tech tree, and other ones are just like weird, obscure stuff that you'll probably just get at random at some point and be like, oh, okay. You know, if you're an average player, I imagine. Well, that should probably be enough to fill up a box by now. And I only needed 20 stacks anyway. There's also a recent trend of people not being excited with media. It's true for movies and shows. Maybe it also applies to Minecraft and its updates. People just seem to be less excited. I don't know how you measure something like that. I wouldn't read into whatever that is too much. I couldn't really comment on it. That's just like your interpretation of like whatever the cultural fabric is. And one of the issues I think we have today is that we're all in our echo chambers, right? We're all going into this online experience with curated feeds of what's happening in the world. You see things that are relevant to you more than things that are not. And it creates a distortion of reality. I think after the pandemic, people just do more again and consume less media, says Carls. That would be a pretty straightforward explanation, right? People are indoors, media consumption went up. People are outdoors, media consumption goes down. Newspapers were also curated experiences in a way, so the concept isn't new. It's not new, but the previous establishments were not as fractured, right? Like, yes, you could say newspapers created echo chambers, but there were much larger populace that shared the same information, whereas now we're much more personalized and individualized. So, you know, there was way more in the past to talk to a stranger about that you and them would have in common than there is now. Right, we have gotten our 20 stacks of sandstone. Where does it go? Down here somewhere. Let's also clear out these extra little bits. Even if it means less frequent updates, I think they should just take time and work on overhauls and quality of life stuff instead of trying to push out a couple of updates a year, even if something small that doesn't add much. Or add something that is meant to release in the past that makes sense. I don't know if I agree with that or not, really. For me, it feels like it's less about a specific thing, like they should do this, they should do that. It just feels like what's driving all of that is what needs to change. Like, why are you doing the update this way? Where is the game going? What is the vision? Wait, wasn't it? Okay. This is the sand. Yeah, this is the sand one right here. So it was that, and then I need 6 stacks of sand, which is actually doubled, so we need 12 out of here. That would be 9. That would be 12. One more for good luck. I feel like that might have been... There might have been some miscalculation there. Whatever. Right, and then the sandstone one, this can get moved into this box over here. And then I need to do a bit of a rough calculation on how much glass we need, right? This actually won't take me long to calculate, because I've got the number that I need on the screen. So that times 5. Okay, and then equals that divided by 64. I need 92 stacks. Wow. So at least 3 boxes and then some. Like 3 plus 6, 8. Wow. That is a bonkers amount that I need then. So let's say that I need another whole box, right? Then I need that 8 and probably another 9. So about that much and a little bit more, I think. Right, now these two, if we go up here, well actually one of them belongs up here, the other one belongs down below. So I literally need to dump probably most of this. Turn it into sand. Okay, and then we have the extraordinary problem of running out. Let's just go over the top of it. We are, of course, running out. There's another concern here. Like, what if we end up with like more than 5 stacks going into there? Don't know if that'll actually happen. Yeah, we're running out of fuel like all over the place. The fact that nothing's growing is very concerning. I'm amazed at how bad this turned out to be. I wonder if something broke. Like something stopped the cactus from coming through. Ah, I still see it. It'll light up these things over here. So we need to go stock that up with bone meal. And then I kind of need to like keep that running for a while. So yeah, my furnace basically chews through bone meal. It was an interesting experiment. That one's got sandstone in, doesn't it? Right then, that's all I can really do on that front for now. So we'll go... I don't think I've even really got much bones left. I think I need to either find out if there's some more at the mob farm, or farm some more here. Oh wow, that's where those feathers ended up. Huh. I knew I brought some over here. Look, a whole box of them. Wow, I feel like I'm maybe not like really finishing off my sentences anymore. I'm sort of half speaking again. That's because I've got a couple of things I need to do. So coming down here. Yeah, basically I need to use this farm again. I could take a trip over to where the farm me and Kratos built together is. But then I need to go get my hands on some cobwebs. Maybe take out the basalt from the smelter output to make sure you have space for all that glass, says Luke Crow. Well, but I need the basalt too, so... Oh, do you mean at the output level? Yeah, I get you. I get you. Let's go check. Ugh, should have brought some shulker boxes. I can craft some over there. Your cactus farm only produces the equivalent of 10 smelted items per hour. 10? My word. I really did not... Oh, dang it, hitting stuff. I really did not do the calculations on that one then. I mean, I knew it was low, but I was just like, I'm going to keep building cactus farms. But then after I built some, I was like, eh. The other thing is, if I'm in the base, right? If I'm, let's say AFK at the base overnight, that does like give you 120 items. So when I wasn't using it that much, it would slowly build up. But yeah, it's not really been great. And I guess I could build that farm you built to replace it, right? I was going to initially do that like as part of a project somewhere, but then I was like changing my mind about what I wanted to do, and now I've hit this new like idea for how I want to do projects on Hermitcraft and episodes, and I don't know when it's going to like factor into anything yet. I think this thing has probably rather predictably been completely emptied. I just, you know, have not... Oh, yeah, that's the thing. Pony! Yeah, I haven't really made a mental note that that is all gone, isn't it? Right, so, yeah, I'm literally out of bones as well. Also, if a smelter gets one bamboo and uses it, it gets wasted, if I recall correctly. Says Emil. That's when it runs out. That's when you run out. Yeah, so there could be issues with those bits that run down. So, as it runs out, and it's in the state it's currently in, yeah, it could actually, like, really waste a lot of resources, too. That's interesting. I'll have to think about that. Wither farm time, says Vegeta. I'm not going to be building a wither farm. Also, why a wither farm? Oh, I think I know why. And then you've reminded me of something. Oh! I might have something that helps us out a little bit here. Ah. Gonna have to turn off my volume for all those pistons. Yeah, okay, I got a solution. First of all, though, I'm going to take a little break. I'm going to switch to standing, nip to the loo. I know I'm going to need it as soon as I stand up. Been sat down for too long. What about your shop? Do you have backup there? Says Ye Old Envelope. I do actually, but that's just reserved for that, right? That's going to be for that. Peeps, I'm going to be right back. Don't go anywhere. I will return shortly. Hello, I am back. Did I hear thunder or was it part of the stream? I think you heard thunder. No thunder around here. Yeah, where do we go? Just pop down here. So I actually inadvertently created another fuel source at one point in the season. Not with the plan of actually using it as fuel, just... Actually, it was a total derp, wasn't it? I played too much modded Minecraft. I thought there was a charcoal block. And I even remember thinking at one point, like, is that a modded thing? But I was just too invested in the idea of like, oh, let's make a different type of Minecraft farm, right? See, I've got all of this fuel stashed away down here. So we'll grab that and we'll use that to power the smelter for a little bit, I guess. To stop it from going haywire. Yes, the smelter was a great project. Like, I really liked it. Just the fuel source. You probably want to do it with something different if you're doing it yourself. But I like the experimenting. Okay then, yeah, so like these ones are going to cause trouble basically. Unless we stock them up and get them smelting. Wow, quite a few have actually run out. They're probably all going to run out. And maybe I should consider turning this thing off like while it restocks, because those pistons just keep going. They don't stop. Oh, you can literally watch it run out of fuel. That's crazy. So if we go to this one here... Oh no, these ones are doing okay. Then this one, not a chance. How curious. They're literally running out. We're running around filling them up as they turn off. Oh, I thought I saw one turn off. Okay, wow, I don't have the shulker boxes for this. Okay, probably need at least 2 of these, right? Move stuff around for now. Yes, I got a little shulker box sorting that needs doing. X, why not use the villagers for glass? I know that the yield is a lot higher, I think. I don't have the time to create a villager trading setup, right? The usual answer. It's not as easy as doing it this way. The smelter would probably work quite well if the cactus was 10 times larger, says Cybot. I ran out of my patience for making those. Otherwise, yeah, probably would have been great. Anyway, the other farm that you built will probably supply it just fine. Right, what I'm not going to do is much more than that. Just going to leave those here for now. So I can go and pick all of that up later on. Damn, these songs in the background slap hard, says Remley. I don't know if that's sarcastic or not. I mean, if you're into this kind of music, they're awesome tracks. But I wouldn't call them bangers in that context. Here's the other thing, like, some of those materials are just going to be left behind. Because as the whole thing turns off, then it's going to be harder to figure out where the ones you want are. But anyway, I don't mind flicking through manually, trying to figure it out. Ah, look, those are actually finished. Now maybe we'll do that then. We'll check it all now, because it looks like it's about to, yeah, there you go. Well, those 2 are good. All seems good. It's tedious, I know. Signs of a broken farm. I've got a weird feeling they're probably actually all good. There was a bunch of bone meal around the back draining into this, so I need to do like an AFK session for bone meal again. I didn't actually check when I went down there that there was more stashed away, which was what I was supposed to do. Yeah, I'm not surprised the ones at the front are done, because they've had lots of bone meal fed into them. Okay, we'll leave that alone for now. Seems like that's going to get all the items out. Now all we need is cobwebs. So we need shears. Shears and torches, probably. Oh, and the bone meal. Didn't check the bone meal. Emil says the bone meal actually seemed... Oh, sorry, the bamboo seems to be holding up pretty well. Well, that's because some of it's got like a little stockpile back there, right? This is the, yeah, undecorated place. So no more bone boxes. But that's my post-stream job, is to do that. So now we just need cobwebs. Is there a Hermitcraft TCG website? Yes, there is. You can go to, I think, tcg.xisumavoid.com to play one. Hey, Linksy! 6 minutes ago. Thank you ever so much for 8 months, my dude. Appreciate it ever so much. Welcome to the stream. Was watching you play the other day. Actually, I think that's because we raided you. But I stuck around for a little while, checking out the world. Feels like streamers have these worlds that are like much more adapt for like touring. Feels like there's always just stuff that like you like walk through, and then YouTube worlds feel a bit more sort of like, I don't know, object oriented. I don't know what it is. It's something I noticed. Maybe it's just because I'm being exposed to new worlds. Ah, look at that. We do have a stash of bone blocks somewhere. Probably won't need them again, but I'm going to farm some more. In that case, I probably could really put a few of those in. Anyway, so I need 2 stacks and a bit of cobwebs. So we should probably grab some shears. That'll probably be enough. If not, I'll have them in my backpack. Torches was the other thing. Oh, look at that. Loads of them. Right, that should be more than enough for our needs. Now, the next thing is kind of cheaty. Kind of cheaty. I just need to find a mine shaft, right? I've exhausted one down here before of its cobwebs, so I'm just wondering if there's any other mine shafts in the area that are easily accessible. It's also kind of hard to... Oh my god, look at... Oh my days, look at that. I love how that looks. Do you know what that's got something to do with? That's got something to do with Bobby. I'm using Bobby. So the, like, render distance is cranked up and it affects the caves too. So if I go all the way out here, there's some light coming in from... I think that's just like an error in the lighting. Yeah, now you can really see how crazy this is. Kind of like the idea of using this as a thumbnail. I get a particular crazy shot of it. When we go down, the world will change the background. Oh no, it's not doing that. Oh, now it is. I don't know. It'll just be very noisy on a thumbnail. Right, we're looking for a mine shaft, like down here. It's not a massively big one, but it's a good start. So if I were to fly down... Oh my god, this is ages away. Ages away. I'm going to come back here and get a crazy thumbnail. Okay, and then look for... Right, yeah, so this one I pretty much exhausted. Actually, you can see there's cobwebs further back, but does it like go on to another one? It goes all the way over here. Kind of want to find like a fresh one to get through. So where else can I travel to in this base? I can come down to this spot. How do you go about getting a world download when it's time for Hermitcraft 9, says A Downs? I mean, we have a system to get our world downloads. So we just use that. Yeah, it kind of looks like I'll be meandering through some of these areas that I've lit up for a while. Might be worth like going, not to my base, but just other spots on the server. I think I know where we could go. Any tips on making a mega base? Probably like be well thought out on how to have a plan. Not only for like what your mega base is, but I think how you're going to stay into it over a long period of time. X, what's the name of the website you use to prune Hermitcraft, says Riblos. I don't use a website, I use a tool called MCA Selector. And I don't recommend it because it's not reliable. But if you really want to give it a try, you'll have some problems with it. So if we come down to a spot like this, and just see what's like happening below. Like, look, there you go, mine shaft. Doesn't look like a very big one. Kind of looks like this area is like, is this loading properly? There you go. That's probably actually a pretty big mine shaft. Is that literally below where I am as well? For the most part it is. If I go forward a little bit in this direction, then I think we can just go straight down, really. There's lava down there somewhere. X, would you want HC Season 9 to be played with a terrain generation mod like Terralith and Vault Hunters? Well, it's a bit late for that. I don't think we would do something like that mid-season, right? Oh, ironically, Lapis was one of the things that I wanted to... Does that mean that we're next to a geode? Oh, look at that. I wanted to get some calcite, but I think that was for Vault Hunters. Borgil says free cam then straight down. Yeah. Although, wasn't there like lava down there somewhere? At some point we'll get close to that. Never dig straight down unless you got free cam, exactly. Whew. We're good, we're good. That's the way back out. Can't forget this location. Right, what are we here for? Cheers. How many do we need? Well, I didn't need to make 4, that's for sure. I did not need to make 4 of those. Gotta remember, this ain't Vault Hunters. When I see mobs, we gotta be panicking. X, just wanted to say thanks for Hermitcraft. It has provided good entertainment in a time where content is declining, says Rusty Bucket. I don't know that content is declining. There's more of it about. Things are certainly changing. Depends where you go for your content, you know? If you take, like, what's the most popular as, like, the pulse, tends to not be a good way of measuring what's out there, because most people, you know, although the popular stuff is obviously broad and inclusive, it's like, most people have niche interests. You got to find where those things are. But we are heading into a strange place, I think, with the future of content creation, especially with AI. The landscape is going to change. It's going to be a wild old ride. Random strand string equals copy sticky cobweb, says Nippy. Well, no, it's literally a cobweb, and I'm getting a cobweb for using shears on it. Like, it's literally cobweb for cobweb, right? How old are you? Too old. I'd love to be younger. But to be fair, I feel like I'm in great shape, and like, you grow with time. You know, they say that youth is wasted on the youth. Youth is wasted on the... Time is wasted on the youth. It's one of those things. It's like, I'd love to be young again, but I wouldn't want to be that same person I was when I was young. So in a ways, getting older has been a good thing. Because I weren't very good at being young. Youth is wasted on the young, says Ryfrost. There's the quote. There it is. I'm always impressed when you meet a young person or like, not meet, but know of through, I don't know, like, social media or online interactions, videos, parasocial, that kind of thing. I'm always impressed when you see someone who's young and like, you can tell they got their head screwed on. Like, they're not going to make the same mistakes that you made, right? I'm always impressed by that. I'm like, dang, man, when I was your age, I was such a mess up. How you got it figured out at this age? Because you meet people like that are just smart and mature. I've met a few of them in my own community, and I've just always been stoked for them. Like, dang, this person's, you know, they know what they're doing. They're good people. Oh, big cave. Oh, it's part of the mineshaft. I love Cubfan's missed opportunities video about this like square empty room inside of the mineshaft generation. He was totally right. You could totally put something interesting in that spot. It's not Vault Hunters. What are we up to? 22? I would have thought we'd had a stack by now. 23. It's hard to read actually. It's inillegible. Illegible or ineligible? Ha! Ha! Minecraft combat. It's my birthday today, says Fractured Dora. Happy birthday. Congratulations on getting older. An acquired skill. One day I wish to learn it myself. Ugh! Ah! Gosh, the combat of the Minecraft. We are exploring. It feels like we're getting to that point where more mobs are starting to crop up. We've been in the area for too long now. I knew you were coming for me. Get wrecked. Get absolutely wrecked. Let's eat some food. I'm looking for that Cub Fam video. You remember the name of it? Try Cub Fam, Miss Opportunities, Mineshaft, Room, Dirt Room maybe. Those keywords should get you on the right track. Here's where we can go upwards. Really should keep some blocks on my hotbar. Dirt Room of Sadness, we could call it that. Anyway, chat, let's get some talky topics from all y'all. What do you want to talk about? I feel like waffling while we, while we wreck this mineshaft. Ah! What happened there? Suddenly torches. Have I not been this way? Hang on a second, that's cobweb. And lapose! Wait, that can't be all of it. Ah, apparently it is. You like Legos? Yeah, but I don't really play with them. I think I still want to do this at some point. Although Legos are just stupidly expensive, but I'd like to revisit some childhood nostalgia and build football stadiums out of Lego blocks. Because that was something I loved doing as a kid. Have you seen Painkiller on Netflix yet, says Riffraff. Yet, implying that I should have seen it or have to. Oh, I see what you're doing there. How much are they paying you, Riffraff? I'm messing. No, I have hardly been watching any entertainment of that nature lately. And I've been trying to gear myself more into watching like useful, informative stuff lately. You know, I've been watching some videos on music production and stuff like that, which I'm hoping to do later today, actually. I'm hoping to take some of those ideas that I learned and give them a try. Yeah, I'm very much trying to, like... I think it's going to be a slow process. It's always hard to do things suddenly, but I've definitely been, like, toning down the amount of entertainment, and stopping watching Netflix series and stuff like that was very, like the first thing on the chopping board. And now it's, like, some of my more regular entertainment on YouTube is sort of next, you know? Okay. Let's get something else that I saw back here. This stuff. Okay, make sure we pick it up. Always got to do that when you're collecting valuable blocks. Oh, gosh. You know? Otherwise you miss out. Yeah, let's do that. There we go. Yeah, speaking of which, we need 2 stacks of this stuff, right? Did you watch Barbieheimer? What were your thoughts on the movies, says Vegeta. I haven't watched either of them yet. I'm waiting for... I'm going to watch Oppenheimer at home. I don't mind going to the cinema, but I do not like sitting for that long. So I wish to watch it in the comfort of my own home. The Barbie movie I want to watch at some point as well. From what I've heard, it sounds like it's a decent movie, and it's sort of perhaps got a spin that's able to like poke fun at itself and the sort of I don't know, very consumerist nature of Barbie. But it's kind of like, it's also on the heels of being a very consumerist driven success if you want to put it that way. Not sure how I feel about that aspect of it. You know, that they've sort of leaned into the thing itself. Because it's always good when, like, some sort of smaller thing makes a point about that kind of consumerism, right? But when it's like the literal juggernaut of consumerism, you know, these big corporations throwing together movies, doing that kind of stuff, and then using their own sort of anti-them message. Sometimes that stuff's like a little, I like it when it's a bit more authentic. But we'll see. I haven't even seen it yet. Don't know quite what the tone is like. But yeah, it sounds like a real interesting one. Oh. Almost broke it the wrong way then. Right, that to me kind of feels like a dead end, like we've got the most out of this. Just wondering if there might be another one nearby. They're usually not that close together. I can see there's more here. Maybe one higher up in the world. Then I got to go back over there and find my way out as well. Have you seen The Whale, says A Downs? I did see The Whale. That was probably the last time I sat down and watched a movie. And I really liked it. I thought it was terrific. I love movies like that where it's about like a character and their arc. Oh, must make sure we get some more of that. There we go. Yeah, it was a really great movie. Very moving, emotional type of movie, which is the stuff I love. Get them feels. Okay, woo! Off we go. Off into the wild to find another spot. Might just have to do that. I wonder if there's a cobweb shop. Let's see. Because that's just over a stack so far. Look at this inventory, it's just disgusting. Whole trash shop might have cobwebs. Lucid Dream says, what's the weirdest interaction you've had with a fan? Oh my god. This one time when I was streaming, right, I got a message in my chat asking me how weird an interaction with... Oh, it was so weird. I felt so uncomfortable. You know? Such a weird question. It just felt... Yeah, it was just a really weird interaction, that was. Just a really weird interaction. Why is my flying machine, like, stuck in the middle over there? I have no idea. That contraption is both amazing and irritating. As is my furnace, apparently. Which hasn't been loaded this entire time. Right. What's the scariest moment of your life? Says Berkey Walk. Oh my god. There was this one time when I was streaming and in my chat I saw this message about the scariest moment in my life. It was so scary. I have no idea. Actually, I do. I think I've told the story before. It was when me and a bunch of friends were investigating, or like there was basically this story about this house, like a creepy, I don't know, someone lived there and got killed, yada yada yada. It's a really great story, because we we all went up to the house, and everyone was like nervous and oh my god, and we thought we'd seen someone inside and stuff. And like, as I went to knock on the door, right, the light turned on, and someone was standing behind the door with their arm raised up like they had a knife, and they were about to like open the door and stab us. And we just all had a heart attack and ran away. And then after, when we regrouped, we realized that what we had seen was actually a motion light from behind us shining a shadow onto the door of me with my hand raised to knock. And oh my god, it was just such a stupid little moment. It was hilarious. It was so good. Like, it's such a fun story to like to go back on and yeah, reminisce. There he is. Here's Scar. Oh, safe landing. Why were you knocked up so high? Knocked up so high? The message makes no sense to me. Veritice, so the derp scared himself. Yeah. You know, I was a kid. Doing silly ghost hunting. What did I expect? Let's get Scar's attention here. Scar! I can see he's got his audio off at the moment. Knocked up, knocking up so high. When you knock on a door, do you not lift your arm up? Hello! Oh my god.
Make sure to install
Have you made your goat leader proud today,
Xisuma?
I have not been building my redstone on Deep Slate Diamond Ore, so I may be in trouble.
Xisuma!
Hi!
Our proud and honorable dictator in the perimeter will be upset with you.
Are you making naughty jokes?
Me?
Scar, Mr. Innocent?
Me? No, I just said dictator.
I know. I have a question to ask you, okay? When you logged on the other day, after AFKing for your copper, did you notice something different about the neighborhood?
Yes. A fairy arrived. A copper fairy.
Uh-huh.
Copper fairy named as David Copper Fairy.
Yes, that would sort of be me.
Was that you?
Yeah, it was. I really wanted to, like... I kind of just wanted to, like, put down all the blocks, not say anything to you, hope you would log in, and then I tweeted it a few days later. So Twitter's been having fun with that.
No, yeah, I was like, has it duplicated?
Absolutely it had.
I was so excited.
So yeah, you know about David Copperfield?
I do now.
Yes. I would like to A, show you how to use it so you can, you know, get all the copper you need. B, kind of wanted to propose you could have your own Copperfield, like right here. You have a basement?
Have you ever seen this?
Yeah, no, it's great down there. It feels underutilized.
Oh, it's very underutilized. It is a utilidor. So it is for all your utility needs.
Yeah. Dude, like, this space to me is just like, you know, potential. There could be so many things down here of use. But yeah, what would you think about building your own Copperfield here?
I think I would love a Copperfield.
Yeah?
I mean, I harvested that copper for, it felt like, a week.
Yeah. Dude, you're here a lot of the time building. So if you have a contraption that helps you with it, it's like, all you got to do is come down, refill it, you know, and then come back later, pick up all the blocks, refill it again. It's super convenient. It's super good.
Does it age it for you?
Yeah, it fully ages it. I even made a modification so you can customize how it ages, which is pretty cool.
Oh, so if you want different stages.
Exactly.
Ah, that is cool.
The thing is, once you got the top stage, you can always like strip it down. But then, if you just want to click less and you know you're going to use a lot of the middle stages, you can do it that way too. It can all be done.
Okay. Oh, that's neat.
Yeah, would you like to see it then? I could give you a little bit of an introduction, and then maybe we could figure out a plan and bring it over here too.
I'm so far behind. I gotta keep working. I got Impulse coming in. He's gonna be the redstone handyman in a little while. I gotta get the build done before he shows up. It's the whole thing.
You're a busy Scar today.
I've been working. I was up till 3 in the morning, and I'm like, I still haven't finished this.
I know you were, because when I came to speak to you this morning, it was Was it this morning? God, the days go so quick, don't they?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was my morning.
For you.
And yeah, I could see you were building, and then I was also thinking, hang on, this is like Scar late time. Like sometimes I feel like I should tell you to go to bed. I should be like, Scar,
I probably should.
You've been on the computer too long if I'm up now.
Because we kept putting it off. We were like, oh no, we'll do it this day. We'll do it this day. Oh no, we'll do it this day. And it's like, oh shoot, we actually probably should just get this done.
Yeah.
So I do want to see it. But I gotta.
I'll let you get back to it, man. I know how it is. You got to make videos and stuff. So like, thanks for taking the time to chat with us. Whenever you're free, man, let me know and.
Yeah, I will definitely.
I'll hook you
up. I'm very interested in seeing Copper Fairy.
That's the name of your farm, Copper Fairy. Copper Fairy Farm.
Make sure you go bow down to our dictator, our dear leader.
Yes. All right, I'll see you around, Scar.
See ya. Goodbye.
Ha. Right, let's fly up there. Yes, I flew over here in the morning, first thing, because Scar was online, and he was busy building there. And I can see now. Yeah, he's doing a time lapse, of course. Cool. Yeah. Are we? Oh, look. Oh my God, these are literally like loud horns right here. I've been hearing this stuff like for a while. Oh my God, the amount of diamond ore. That's not very helpful for getting inside, is it? I could throw an ender pearl in there. Is this where the actual? This isn't where the redstone is, right? Either way, those messages are just hilarious, honestly. I love it. Oh. Yeah, it'd be really cool to help Scar with that in this area. Depending on when I get my mega project finished, I would quite happily actually come on here and help a lot with that. But it is a big project, you know. I've got like materials to build it, but just maybe not the time to put it all together. But I'm sure we'll be able to figure something out. And that whole down there area, man, that feels like some potential to like put some cool stuff. Have you seen that beautiful buttercup base yet? I think it got blown up, didn't it? I think it got blown up, unfortunately. If you had to get rid of one building on the Hermitcraft server, what would it be? Probably something really small and insignificant, right? Like some starter hut that has just not been attended to since day one. You know? By the way, there's a visual problem with our resource pack on here at the moment. I don't know if it translates into streams. I'd imagine it wouldn't. But it's the map mapping thing when you look off into the distance. Scar noticed this. We updated a resource pack recently without really changing anything like fundamental. And it's got some issues. We now got this weird like map thing emerge, which is totally random. I thought I'd mention it because I was just staring at it again and being like, yeah, what is up with that? Like, if any resource pack person out there has a hint as to what that might be, something that gives you that weird thing that mip mapping is supposed to override. No, it's so weird. Like, the only thing that changed was this. Oh no, we're not using sodium, so Radju, because not much point using it anymore. So yeah, just on vanilla it happens. Foul Relic 23, thank you for 12 months, a whole year. It's also your birthday month. Can't wait to hang out with your friends. Hope everyone has a great day. Awesome. Yeah, go hang out. Go have a good time. We did not get all of the cobwebs that we needed, but I'll have a little off-camera task to do, I guess. Or maybe just get that done actually in the next stream. So I will be streaming Hermitcraft a little more frequently as of now, because we have the mega project to build. I'm going to do parts of it on stream and stuff. And today we gathered up most of the materials for that. I'm really stoked with how that turned out because it's going to make building it a lot better. I guess what I'm going to do right now though is look for someone to raid. I don't think any other hermits are words in my mouth are streaming today. Well, Impulse is streaming, so I'll send you over there. But that's going to be it from me this one, peeps. I hope you've enjoyed it. Big thanks to everyone who subscribed, resubscribed, donated and cheered. Thanks to all the mods, the patrons, and the people who are gifting those subs. I'll be streaming again tomorrow evening. It's not on the schedule just because, well, I didn't really have a chance to, and then I'm not quite sure what I'm doing the rest of the week. I meant on Hermitcraft, by the way, with the streaming thing. Anyway, that's it. Join in the raid, and I'll see you all again tomorrow. Similar sort of time. Take care.